Hey, today we're going to get right to business. Do you ever find yourself getting really emotionally tied to a situation and then immediately, like without thinking, like it just happens? You don't even think about it, you just react. You just react to the situation. You feel some extreme emotion coming on, whatever that is, fear, anxiety, anger, frustration, whatever that is. And you just react. Kick your dog, you slap your wife. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. But you punch a hole in the wall, right? But you react. Maybe you just yell. You just yell at somebody who, whether they had anything to do with it or not, was obviously unwarranted. So you have this reaction, this immediate reaction, and then you immediately regret it. You're like, shoot, and now you're trying to walk it back, or you're trying to either walk it back or you're trying to justify why you did what you did and why that was okay. Either way, you regret it. You immediately regret it. Hey, this happens to us. Okay. This happens to, we're humans, and this can very quickly become a problem. And there's a very simple tool. Again, I love the simplicity of these things. That doesn't mean it's easy. Simple, easy, not the same. Okay. Simple means anybody can do it. Anybody can understand it. Anybody can follow it. Okay. But easy means you don't really have to try very hard. That's not what I'm saying. You have to try. You have to put in effort for this to work. But it's a very simple framework. And there's probably other names for this, but the one that I learned, it's called stop, challenge, and choose. And I credit this. This is for the health program I'm in. One of the co-founders of that program came up with this, and he wrote an ebook on it. And if you want that ebook, just shoot me a DM, okay, or comment in the comments. Shoot me a DM, choose, or just ask me for the download, and I'll shoot it over to you, okay? But this is very simple. It's literally as simple as it sounds. 3 steps. Number 1, stop. So instead of reacting, okay, you got to stop what you're doing or what you're about to do. Okay, so that requires a change, a shift in your actions. This is your habit building. You're trying to make this into a habit. So the cue is the emotion that you're having. But now instead of the immediate reaction, you're going to break that pattern. You're going to start paying attention to this. You might need to journal this, keep a log, but you're going to break that pattern. Every time you see it, hopefully it's on smaller things. Hopefully it's not every time you blow up, but you're going to notice this on smaller things too. And you're going to start to break the habit. So, okay, boom. Oh, shoot, there's that emotion. Now I'm starting to recognize that trigger. And then you stop. It's the very first step. Just stop. Just stop. Don't react. Don't act. Don't do anything. Just stop. Okay, then you're going to challenge. You're going to challenge yourself. What is the appropriate response? Is what I was going to do just now, is that the appropriate response? Or am I going to regret that later? Okay. And look, you might have to stop for a while. You might have to pause. You might have to leave the room. You might have to leave the conversation if you're getting in a heated debate with somebody. You might have to actually physically leave the room. But that's better than blowing up and regretting it. Okay. So stop, challenge your thoughts, and then choose the appropriate action. Very simple. Again, simple, not easy. Simple, not easy. So this is the message for today. And one way that I have applied this successfully recently is in my health. I am right now doing a metabolic reset. Okay. This is something that I help my clients with. And I'm really excited, actually. My friend Hawk is going to start the program very soon, and I'm excited to help him on his journey to reset his metabolism. And so if anybody's struggling with that, whatever that looks like, 9 out of 10 Americans are. So you're not alone. Don't feel ashamed. I'm doing it right now, and body fat percentage down 3.5%, I think it was, or 3.3%, in just 5 weeks, and 15 pounds, 15 pounds. But the better thing, that's a side effect. The better thing is I feel better. I feel energized. Today I had fruit for the first time in 5 weeks, because now I'm transitioning back to a longer term sustainable plan. And so each week I add something in that I've been restricting myself from during the reset. But getting back to it, so how I'm using this is when I have a craving, this has always been the thing with me is cravings, especially for sweets, especially for ice cream. Okay, ice cream, cravings, uh, sugars, cakes, cookies. These are the things I struggle with. So when I have the cravings, okay, now I recognize the craving, or even I just have a feeling that I think I'm hungry. I don't think actually is the problem. I don't think I'm hungry. I just feel something that says you're hungry. Well, okay, now I've taught myself, all right, hey, let's stop. Let's stop. It's not time. It's not time to eat yet. Because I know that the program that I'm on, if I eat every 2 to 3 hours as prescribed, as dictated by the program, that I'm getting all of the nutrition, all of the health, the macronutrients that I need. So am I really hungry right now? And in other words, do I need fuel? Because what is food used for? What is hunger? It's telling you that you need energy, you need fuel right now. So I actually stop and pause and say, okay, all right, I know you want to eat something. You're feeling like you want to eat something. That's a feeling, that's an emotion. But am I actually hungry in this moment? And better phrased, do I need fuel right now? Am I lacking in fuel? And if I am, then I can have, my snack. I allow myself one snack, one healthy small snack. This is part of the program. But most days I don't do that because I realize, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm actually not hungry. I have plenty of energy right now. I only need to wait 30 minutes and I'm going to be able to eat my next fueling anyways. So I'm good. I'm good. Just go drink some water and I'm good. And then it goes away. The feeling goes away. The craving goes away because I challenged it. And you build this habit, you build the muscle. You got to continue to do it. It is not easy, but that's the example I'm using because that's where that I've used this. Another place that I've used this very recently because I talked I think last week about anger. So another place that I use this is with anger. Um, we have a train that goes by. Most of the time that I've lived here, I didn't pay any mind to it really, especially after we put our new windows in. It helped quiet the noise. But man, as soon as I decided like, hey, I want to get out of here, I want to move, okay, now I start noticing it more. And then I started reading this book that my friend gave me on anger, and all of a sudden I feel the anger coming back up, especially when that train goes by. That was a trigger for me. So I did the same thing. Okay, trigger, train. I do the same thing when my dog, I'm trying to have peace and quiet and read a book or something, and my dog is constantly making some noise that just annoys me, and I'm trying to have peace and quiet. And so in either of those cases, it's the same thing. It's a trigger, it's a cue. Okay, reframe the brain. Stop. Okay, stop, challenge, choose. So the challenge is, well, basically, the challenge is this really something to get angry about, to get upset about? And then the choice is, and then, whatever I was about to do to react to that. And then the choice, though, for me, that's helped is, um, particularly in both of these cases, because it has to do with sound, is, hey, I say something of gratitude. I say, you know what? I am grateful that I can hear the train, and I'm grateful that I can hear my dog because, man, look at all the beautiful things there are to hear in this world. And I could not hear the train and not hear the dog and not have this anger right now, but then I want to hear all the other beautiful things in the world. And so it goes back to the gratitude. It goes back to the gratitude. I've talked about that as well. So sometimes this is why in the post I said it's the art. It's the art of stop, challenge, choose, because what you choose and how you actually what you replace the habit with, the habit of reacting, you're replacing that reaction with a healthy response. And what you choose to do that with is more of an art. Okay. And then recognizing what's the trigger, it's more of an art. Okay. It's a very structured, simple procedure, simple method, but the actual doing of it can be an art. So I hope that helps for some of you because I've struggled with this for a long time, this idea. And yeah, we can all understand stop, challenge, choose. It's very, very simple. But to actually apply it is a different story. So message me for the ebook. Um, Message me for the ebook. And then if you are looking to get healthy, I've got a quick scan you can take. So message me for that as well. And finally, and I put this in the comments. I put this in the comments. I mean, most of you know I'm a real estate coach, real estate investing. That's my jam. That's my thing. So I'm doing a free webinar now. Okay. I'm doing a free webinar. And so, regardless of when you hear this, just click the link and that'll take you to my website that allows you to sign up for the webinar. Okay. So go check it out. See if that's something that might be a good fit for you. And, especially if you're anything like me and you're hitting something in your life where it's like, man, I'm not as passionate about what I'm doing right now at my career than as I once was. I lost that passion, or I don't feel challenged, or I need something else in my life. Maybe you want to replace it completely, maybe you want to augment it, maybe you just want optionality, or maybe you want supplemental income. But all of these things can be accomplished with real estate as a vehicle. There's many vehicles out there, but I choose real estate, and there's a lot of reasons why. So come to the webinar and you'll hear exactly why and what it can do for you in your life. So just click the link, totally free. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. Um, I'm an open book, and I really encourage anyone here listening to these Mindful Mondays. And I always say this because I think it's just funny. I just talk, talk, talk. So I mean, it's almost at 12 minutes now. If you actually stayed on for 12 minutes, I don't know. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if you are. If I guess, yeah, if you're hearing this, good, you're on. You're listening. So if you hear it to this point, hey, there's probably some reason for that. There's probably something we can talk about together. So just shoot me a message. And I know I got to do better about that too, about messaging other people and seeing where people are at in their lives. Because at the end of the day, um, you know, God put us here to glorify Him. And how do you do that? You do that by helping others. And the only way that you help other people is by having conversations, connecting. So that's been a weak point for me. I can talk all day on podcasts, on videos, on lives. This used to be very challenging for me. It's not anymore. And so let's get connected. I'll do a better job connecting with you guys. Please do return the favor. If something speaks to you, hey, even just a quick message, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. A quick comment, quick like, quick love on the post goes a long way. So you guys stay classy. It's Monday. It's Mindful Monday. Be mindful all week. Don't just wait for Monday. Okay. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.